Hi, my name is Karen Flores, and I am going to talk about climate change in this presentation. The outline of this presentation is, first off, we're going to define what climate is, and also we're going to differentiate climate and weather. Then we're going to discuss what is climate change by defining it, and then I'm going to move on to the causes and effects of climate change. And then towards the end of my presentation, I'm going to discuss what we can do as a society to take effect. So what is climate? It is the patterns of weather and some location averaged over a long period of time. An example for this is when we talk about Florida, we Florida has become well known for its temperature climate. This definition, climate differs from weather because weather has to do with the atmospheric conditions such as snow, humidity, or other outside conditions. For example, we listen to the news to find out what the weather is in our city so we can dress appropriate for that weather that is happening. Why do we want to know both terms? So in order for us to understand the definition of climate change, we need to know what climate and weather is. What is climate change? It is a change in the global or regional climate patterns with massive and permanent ramifications. It's a change apparent in the last century. And for instance, there has been an increase in the average atmospheric temperature. By this, I mean it's been getting warmer throughout our century. It has been stated that in the past decade, 10 out of 13 years has been recorded as the all-time high temperature rising. It's been the warmest in the past decade. So, what are the causes of climate change? Well, it starts off with human activity, such as industrial revolution. As you can see throughout our history, we have come a long way, such as the creation of cars and other technology. We have replaced manual labor with machines now. And then we have another human activity would be an increase in natural sources, which has led to an increase in fossil fuels. By this, I mean that we have increased consumption of natural sources, which has increased concentrations of fossil fuels in the atmosphere. Examples that I provided are transportation and commercial and residential. By transportation, I'm talking about burning fossil fuels for cars and planes or any type of other transportation. For commercial and residential, I am talking about heating and cooling and production of waste. The effects of climate change are physical events that we can feel and see. For instance, temperature. Temperature has, as we've noticed, there has been many heat waves and natural disasters occurring. In regards to water distribution, as you can see in the picture, there has been melting ice caps, which leads to sea level rising and also to extinction occurring. For instance, polar bears need these ice caps, but apparently since they've been melting, they've been going extinct. And what can we do as a society? Like I stated before, we are the reason that we are the causes of climate change. So we need to become aware, take action, and advocate. We need to educate others on what we need to do to make sure to take some type of effect into this. We can bring emission levels down if we do start taking action now before we ruin future generations in getting to know some animals and affecting sea life and our lives as well. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you.